camping trip up in Pisgah National Forest is scheduled. So you got to start off with the basics. Make sure you have the proper equipment, all the way from a sleeping bag down to a toothbrush. The truck is all packed up and we're ready to go. As you can see, we've got everything that's essential and necessary, from booze to firewood. So I'm off now for camping in Pisgah National Forest. Here we are at the Pisgah Ranger Station, our first stop on the way to the campsite. Go inside and check with them and see what camping conditions are this early in the spring. Almost to the campsite. We're about 4 miles deep into the Pisgah National Forest, and we're leaving Yellow Gap Road and we're going on to Wolf Ford Road. And Wolf Ford is where our campsite is, and hopefully it's empty. Can you believe it? Here we are, our favorite campsite, and not a soul here. Things are looking up. Things are really looking up. You can see it's empty. You can see the fire ring down there. Pretty soon we'll have a few tents up, be ready to go. Looking forward to it. Well, we're beginning to get set up a little bit. As you can see, slowly around the campsite here. Cousin David has not arrived yet. He's always delays it until such time as I get things set up, and then he doesn't have to go through it. So I lug all the stuff down from the truck, get things set up, and see where the truck is, way up there. So we'll just wait on his arrival and keep setting up. I can tell you, I am really pooped. The only thing left to do is to chop up some of the wood into little kindling bits to start the fire with tonight. David still hasn't arrived, and I am really beat. But I'll get back on track as soon as I've had a nice cold Miller Lite. Thank you. Everything's all done, and would you believe, here he comes. He times it just perfectly every single time. Scratch his head and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that you had to work so hard," but here he is.
What can I help you do?
It's all done.
What can I help you do?
No. David putting up his $25 tent. As you can see, it has no rain cover, but it doesn't look like it's going to rain, so hopefully he's going to be okay. Campsite all set up. Fire's going. Everything looking good. And of course, Cousin David there, he's worked hard. He put the tent up. He brought down some snacks and some ice, and he's really tired out now, so he's got to rest. You know how that is. Just warming up some pre-cooked food there. It's going to be chilly. Looking good. As you can see, we're really not hurting for snacks or the most important ingredient of life, booze. Evening meal is over with, and we're just kind of sitting around drinking some wonderful wine for another hour or two before we go to bed. And as you can see, David is, well, you can't see him because it's dark, but he's quite comfortable with a couple of layers. Now why he's got layers on, I don't know, because I'm in my shirt sleeves. But everybody's different. But anyhow, he's there. Just having a great time. Really enjoying it. First day out. Up early in the morning. Coffee pot a-perkin'. Nice fire going. And a couple of egg and cheese biscuits warming. Boy, am I hungry. Just about to start off for our day hike. Getting the tents fixed up in case it rains. Making sure everything's secure. And then we'll take the vehicles and park them in different places and hike a trail we've never hiked before. Starting our daily hike on a new trail we've never taken before, the Buck Springs Trail. And we've got one car parked down on Yellow Gap, and my truck is up on 276 at the start of this trail. We've never been on it before, and we're hoping that it'll take us down to where David's vehicle is. If not, we might be wandering around here for several years before we're found. Waterfall on the creek trail. It's beautiful. There can be impediments while hiking along a trail, much as this fallen tree. But we'll get around it one way or the other. Continue on our way. As luck would have it, we found the connector trail that will take us back down the mountain to David's vehicle. And then we'll come up later on in the afternoon and pick up my vehicle and have the night to ourselves. But we've still got a lot of hiking to do. Near the bottom of the Barnett Branch Trail is this wonderful waterfall. Just after the waterfall, we discovered this off the trail, kind of a rough camping site, and we like it quite a bit, and we might use it for a backpacking trip. It's not too far from the main road, and we got enough place for our tents. We wouldn't have a fire, but we could cook with our backpacking stoves, and it's very nice, and it's very close, within 15 yards of the trail itself, the Barnett Branch Trail. Hiking is over with for the day. It's late afternoon. Got back to the campsite, and now for a time to relax. And of course, you've got to have Miller Lite to put me for a nice nap before we start the evening procedures. And look over here, though. You just will not believe this. It's Coven David, and he didn't want beer. He's having a little bourbon in the afternoon. Have you ever heard of such a thing? David, are you happy?
I'm happy.
Our final morning. Just beautiful. Sun coming up. It's about 7:30. Campfire going. We got hot coffee. We're going to have a little breakfast. David's already dismantled his tent and he's getting ready to go on his long trip back to Raleigh. It's been a very wonderful 2 days. Had a good time, good hiking, beautiful weather. And I'll follow David. I'm kind of slow at mine. As you can see, my tent's kind of still up. I'll just sit around, drink a little coffee and have a little breakfast, and then we'll wrap it up for a wonderful trip. Getting ready to head back home, so one final look at the campsite. All empty now and waiting on the next set of campers, whenever that may be. But all is quiet, cleaned up. The fire has been watered good. Everything is pristine. Nothing left but good remembrances. We had a great trip, great hike. Looking forward to getting back home.